So I'm on a mission to better understand the psychology of YouTube thumbnails and what makes them go viral. So I've been breaking down different niches, and in today's video I've broken down 5 that really exploded in the health niche. And these are ones that have gone massively outside the channel norm. So for these channels, they exploded massively. They were massive outliers and they got them a lot more views and really grew their channels. So what I've been going down into is trying to understand why these individual thumbnails really worked for them, and to understand the psychology, the tipping points, the triggers, and the reasons that people actually clicked on these thumbnails so that you can implement them into your channel as well. And even if you don't have a health channel, it doesn't really matter. It's just about better understanding the psychology of these so you can use them in your thumbnails moving forward. So the first one was, as you can see here, about something that was worse than sugar when it came to a low keto diet. So the title here was that this food is worse than sugar on a keto low carb diet. So if we break down that title, we can see that this, and then we've got the product or item, which was food is worse. So we got the food, the product or item is actually food. And then we've got is worse, so there's a negative connotation to that. And then we've got other seemingly worse object, which was sugar. So it was worse than sugar on a keto diet. So if you're doing a keto diet and you're their target audience, then you would obviously understand that keto, everything to do with sugar and carbs, they are the worst. They're the devil when it comes to the ketogenic diet, because it's all about high protein, low carb, and everything else. And obviously no sugar, because that spikes your insulin and all these other things. So sugar is like the devil, basically, for them. So what could be worse than sugar? If you're looking at this, then you're going to be thinking, well, sugar's the worst thing. So what could actually be worse? So that's a massive curiosity hook and everything else. And then we've got the targeted part, which is their audience targeted. They're very targeted to a specific audience. And that is the ketogenic people on a keto low carb diet. So that's very targeted. So this whole title is talking about one item that they know is bad, something that you're saying is worse, and then it's for a targeted audience. So that's why this title potentially works. And then if we look at the thumbnail, we have the personal brand recognition. So obviously their channel is a bit bigger. So if we talk about the hierarchy within videos, so the design hierarchy within thumbnails, you always want to have different aspects that bring different levels of authority. And sometimes your face can bring more authority and brand recognition as you grow. A lot of time in the beginning, you want to mix things up, because your thumbnail, you may not carry that much authority for another item that could replace you. So for example, if you're talking about an iPad, the picture of the iPad is going to be more important than a picture of your face if no one knows who you are. But if you're one of these massive channel owners in the tech space, then having you in the thumbnail brings some brand recognition, and there may be other people making similar videos, but they'll click on your thumbnail because of the brand recognition. So brand recognition is a good thing. You do want elements of it to begin with, but only if it doesn't take up real estate within the thumbnail for something that could be carrying more authority than you would actually as your face. So they have at least 100,000 subscribers. So her brand recognition, it carries some authority, so it's good to have her in there. We then have the image, which is missing with a question, which triggers curiosity. So what is this thing that's worse than sugar? We've got an arrow pointing to that to draw attention to this item here. And then we've got the question marks around it and worse than sugar. So again, it's sort of reiterating the title itself. So what could be worse than sugar? And then we have bold contrasting text that's standing out. So you always want bold contrasting text. I'm not a massive fan of these parts in the background. Obviously, it shows sort of a shopping list of items. So it kind of worked for this, but I think it's still quite busy. It could be a little bit simpler. But in terms of what it was meant to do for this person, it obviously got them a hell of an amount of views. So the triggers would be curiosity. It opens a loop, and we hate open loops. Our brains hate open loops because we want an answer to it. So the open loop, by telling you that this food is worse than sugar, which we know is really bad, but it doesn't tell you what it is in the thumbnail or in the title, then it makes us want to close that loop. We want to find the answer to that missing gap. And if it's for us, then we will need to watch the video to be able to close that. Our brains hate open loops. So curiosity with an open loop is a really, really good way to get people to click and watch. Obviously, you don't want to be clickbaiting people, otherwise they'll click through, realize it's not for them, and then leave, and that will damage your video. But an open loop with curiosity is great for your particular audience. We've got the negative side, so we're talking about something bad. So obviously, we're talking about bad foods like sugar, and that's sort of, we don't like to think that we don't know something, so it's also negative in terms of status. So we might think, well, I'm on a keto diet. I always talk about the ketogenic diet to my friends. Am I missing out on some information? Is there something that's worse than sugar? Am I dumb for not knowing this? So it's talking about a negative thing, but also there's other layers of negativity, such as not wanting to look stupid and wanting to understand that information. And then we have the desire that we don't want to mess up our diet. We want to know, is there something that we're missing other than avoiding sugar and carbs? So maybe there's some additional information in there because we want to get the best results from our diet. So therefore, it would potentially trigger us to make us want to watch to learn more. So those are the main ones for that one. And then if we move across, we've got another one here. And this one is talking about eggs. So as you can see from the title here, we've got eggs are great for protein, but you're doing it wrong. So if we look at the title breakdown, it's a common item, eggs. We all know eggs. And by now, we all know that they're great for protein. So it's a common subject. We know eggs, and we know like 99.9% of us know that they're good for protein. This is not new information. But we know that they're great, and then the goal or need, which is great for protein. Obviously, we know that, but you're doing it wrong. So we've got the goal or need, protein. So if you're thinking about protein for a diet and everything else, then this will be relevant information to you because you might be making a mistake. So again, we're coming back to the sort of negative angle, but it's the protein angle. So eggs are great for protein. We already know this, so it's common information. But if you're someone that's worried about protein, then you may want to know what you're actually doing wrong. So if we come up, we've then got the personal brand again, that she's in this as well. So you've got her to recognize that it's someone that you know if you watched the channel before. And then you have the image with a check mark next to these eggs, which suggests that these eggs are better. So they could be boiled eggs or raw eggs. We don't quite know, but we know that these are potentially better than fried eggs. So obviously we recognize this image. So we've got a vague idea of what it is. You could argue to a degree that maybe she's giving away too much information. Maybe I know it's fried egg is bad, boiled egg is good, but we don't know for sure. So there's still a degree of curiosity here. And there's a simplicity to it. Again, image of her, kitchen in the background, simple images of the actual things themselves, where they, again, across saying this is negative, this is positive. And then we have the bold text right here, which is saying you need more. But curiosity in the sense of I need more what? More eggs? Or just more of these types of eggs? And then if we come down to the triggers, we've got challenges. So we've got challenges, common assumptions. So basically, if we bring this down, eggs, when we're talking about a common subject, it's not really that interesting. But if you're breaking down those common assumptions and things that are sort of we retain and we're sure of, there's certain things in life where we've heard them enough, we've grown up with them. They don't get challenged very often. If they do, it's very subtly. But if you're challenging assumptions that we know in our foundation, like I know that eating eggs is good. We know this by now. We know that they're a good source of protein. But you're challenging that there's something wrong. There's something that I need to know and that I may have been doing wrong all of this time. So again, you've got curiosity as well. I want to know what it is that I'm doing wrong. And then you've got the negative angle, which is, again, we don't want to think that we're doing something wrong. We may look stupid. We may have been undermining something in terms of getting the amount of protein from our eggs. So again, all of those things is challenging the assumptions, curiosity driven, and the sort of negative angle of saying this good, this bad, you may be missing out on something. And then we have the next one here, which is, do collagen supplements really work? And then we've got dermatologist at Dr. Drazide. So don't know who that is, but basically you've then got a breakdown and you've got the product or tool, which is collagen supplements really work. So obviously got a question there. And then we've got the position of authority. So dermatologist and also a doctor. So that automatically conveys in the title alone a whole bunch of authority, and also a product that if you're interested in collagen and you're interested in, say, beauty stuff, as she's pointing to her face, we can see here, collagen, by now many people that watch this will have understood that collagen is potentially good for your skin. The question is does it really work? And then you've got the authority of a dermatologist who's actually going to answer that question for you. So again, personal brand and recognition, the doctor that's in it also brings additional authority. Then we have a big picture of the different collagen products. I would probably have picked one with where it's easier to see the label, but maybe that was a beneficial thing in terms that people had to lean in and really try to read it. And then you've got, do they work? Which is the question, with the big arrow drawing attention to the authority. And again, in the hierarchy of design, this is the most important thing, followed by probably this. So her pointing to her face and the collagen, and then do they work? The question with the arrow. So they all carry mutual authority, but it's probably the collagen itself is the most important thing that carries the most authority. So we've got the visual aid of the collagen, and then again, big contrasting text. So you always want big contrasting text and not very much. But sometimes you'll know as I'm breaking these down and as I'm learning more as well, sometimes you don't even need any text. But the triggers themselves, if we bring them up here, we've got curiosity. Again, I want to know the answer. Does it work? Is it good? Should I buy it? Should I get it? Her skin looks shiny and good, so I'm assuming it's yes, but I would like you to confirm that. And then the desire is that they want to know that it works, because obviously they want to be able to use it to improve their own skin. And then you got the authority again, as I said before, because we know she's a doctor. She states she's a doctor, so we know the advice is going to be worth my time. So I should actually invest and learn that. Then we have the next one here. We've got 8 ways for seniors to sleep better tonight. If we look at this, it's basically the targeted part, which is seniors, and then to solve a problem quickly. So bad sleep and tonight. So the problem, bad sleep, tonight, quickly, targeted seniors. So you immediately know that the video is potentially for you, and it's going to be solving a problem that you probably want fixed if you are the target audience. So if you're a senior and you've been having bad sleep, then you're immediately going to pay attention, obviously. So again, big, bold text. Wake up, refreshed, stands out, doesn't say anything else. So again, we come back, sleep better. What's the outcome of sleeping better? Waking up refreshed. So you got that waking up refreshed. You've got her with a little arrow, maybe a bit small with the color. Might be difficult to see, but it still worked. But you can see that she's obviously in bed, has slept, looks like she's just woken up, and she's woken up happy. So visual aid, refreshed. All right, so I immediately understand that this works. And then I've got the contrasting text again, the arrow I've pointed out. We've got the guy for brand recognition again. This is another doctor, and he carries a certain amount of authority. His channel is quite big. So again, worth him being in there. Otherwise, you wouldn't have needed him. You could have just had her and this text and the arrow, and it may have been enough. But with him in there as well, it adds an extra layer of authority because his brand carries some authority. We then have the triggers. It's the desire. Viewers want to sleep better, and they want to do it quickly. So I want to know that I'm going to be able to get better sleep tonight. That's brilliant. And especially if I'm over, a senior. And then lists. People like list-style things. Now, you don't want to do nothing but list-style things, but we like tangible steps. So you could say the 3 best ways to get better sleep immediately tonight. Oh, I'd be like, great. That's 3 things I could implement today. I love that. Great. Give them to me, and I'll implement them right away. So we like tangible steps and actions that we can take. And then targeted, again, it's very targeted. So you immediately know that the video is potentially for them. Because when you speak to your audience directly, it makes them feel like the video is for them. There's no guessing. Is this for me? Is this for everybody? Well, if I'm old and everybody in the image looks young, I'll be like, yeah, but that's not talking to me. It's not relevant to me. If it's just get better sleep and there's pictures of kids in the video, I'll think, well, it's just for kids. It's probably not talking to me. But when you say seniors and you get results quickly, you immediately know, and a slightly older lady, you immediately know that it is for you, and you start to watch it. So again, another good one there. And then we've got the final one here, which is, title is Strong Legs for Seniors, another senior one. The only leg workout you need, 65 plus. So we've got the benefit, which is strong legs, targeted seniors, so targeted audience is seniors, and then the activity, which is leg workout, and again, targeted 65 plus. So all of those things, you immediately know who it's for. You know the benefit. If you're over 65 and you're a senior, you're going to want stronger legs. Of course, who doesn't want stronger legs? You want stronger legs and body. So immediate benefit that you want, you know that it's for you. You definitely know that it's for you because it's been reiterated, seniors, 65 plus. And then you know the activity, so it's the only legs workout. So this is curiosity, and you know that it's talking about your legs. And we can look at the thumbnail immediately and see that it's stronger legs. There's no doubt in our minds here. Two words are showing stronger legs. Bold text that stands out on a high contrast background. So green background, a little bit of white in the middle to give the green a bit more brightness in the middle versus the ends. So it draws our attention to the center. Then we've got a red arrow, which is massively contrasting color for the green, pointing towards this sort of chair workout, which seniors would probably know. There's loads of different chair yoga, chair exercises, all of these different things on YouTube. So he's obviously doing a particular movement, which we could think, is this the exercise that he's talking about? So we've got visual clarity. It's definitely leg workout. We've got an outline border, as you can see around him, white outline. There's lots of YouTube thumbnails that do this when it's an image of a person or something like that, and they want it to stand out on these bright backgrounds. Then they've also then done the opposite for the text, as you see, black outline. So text, black outline, white, black person, white outline. So they've sort of mix those things. They switch those things to make them both stand out individually. But you can see not too much going on. Very simple, bold, visually clear on what it is. But you still have enough curiosity to wonder what it's about. So the desire is that you want stronger legs. Clearly, you're a senior, you want stronger legs. Curiosity, you want to know what the workout is. What is the one thing that I have to do? So, what is the only leg workout I have to do? What is the one thing? I only have to do this? Really? Okay, what is it? Curiosity, open loop. Again, I want to know what that one thing is. I now really want to get stronger legs, so I am your target audience. I am over 65. I now have an open loop that I want to know what this one workout is. And then again, highly targeted. You know exactly who it is for. So there's no doubt in your mind that this is for over 65s and that you are speaking to them. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, hit the like button. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you inside the next one.